What we have here is a visual depiction of a function. And this is a depiction of y is equal to h of x. Now, when a lot of people see function notation like this, they see it as somewhat intimidating until you realize what it's saying. All a function is something that takes an input. In this case, it's taking x as an input, and then the function does something to it, and then it spits out some other value which is going to be equal to y. So, for example, what is h of 4 based on this graph that you see right over here? Pause this video and think through that. Well, all h of 4 means is when I input 4 into my function h, what y am I spitting out? Or another way to think about it, when x is equal to 4, what is y equal to? Well, when x is equal to 4, my function spits out that y is equal to 3. We know that from this point right over here. So y is equal to 3. So h of 4 is equal to 3. Let's do another example. What is h of 0? Pause the video. Try to work that through. Well, all this is saying is if I input x equals 0 into the function, what is going to be the corresponding y? Well, when x equals 0, we see that y is equal to 4. So it's as simple as that. Given the input, what is going to be the output? And that's what these points represent. Each of these points represent a different output for a given input. Now, it's always good to keep in mind one of the things that makes it a function is that for a given x that you input, you only get one y. For example, if we had 2 dots here, then all of a sudden we have 2 dots for x equals 6. Now all of a sudden we have a problem at figuring out what h of 6 would be equal to, because it could be equal to 1 or it could be equal to 3. So if we had this extra dot here, then this would no longer be a function. In order for it to be a function for any given x, it has to output a unique value. It can't output 2 possible values. Now, the other way is possible. It is possible to have 2 different x's that output the same value. For example, if this was circled in, what would h of negative 4 be? Well, h of negative 4, when x is equal to negative 4, when you put that into our function, it looks like the function would output 2. So h of negative 4 would be equal to 2. But h of 2 is also equal to, we see very clearly there, when we input a 2 into the function, the corresponding y value is 2 as well. So it's okay for 2 different x values to map to the same y value. That works. But if you had some type of an arrangement, some type of a relationship, where for a given x value you had 2 different y values, then that would no longer be a function. But the example they gave us is a function, assuming I don't modify it.